This is the step-by-step process of the framed letter project. Start with a piece of pine 2 centimeters thick and 11 centimeters by 14 centimeters. This is a minimum. You may make your letter larger but not bigger than 13 centimeters by 22 centimeters. Secondly, draw the letter using a piece of paper as a template to get the proper look at the letter. It should not have any part thinner than 4 centimeters. Now use a bandsaw to cut your letter. Now use the router and rasp file to shape your letter so it has 1 centimeter radius on the outside edges, front and back. Next, use coarse sandpaper to shape and smooth, then use progressively smoother grades of sandpaper to smooth your letter. Fourth step. Now cut a strip of spruce that is 20 millimeters by 38 millimeters using the table saw. Sand the edges smooth and use the power meter box to make a frame that is 2 centimeters wider and 2 centimeters higher on top and bottom and both sides of your letter. Fifth step. Once you are happy with your frame, use glue and a piece of blank white paper to glue the frame on. The next day, use the bench vise and 1/4 finishing nails to nail using a hammer. Be careful not to mark your wood with the hammer when you pound the nails. Use 1 nail in the center of each end. Sixth step. Now paint your frame and stain the letter and wipe the extra stain off. At this time, you should now start your title page. Seventh step. Next day, you need to put on the first coat of wax and sand the paint lightly so you do not sand through. Now do your measurement sheet. Eighth step. At this time, put on the finished coat of paint on your frame. Now do a light sanding on the letter and make sure not to sand through the wax. It is a very thin coat. The ninth step. Use a rag and dust off your letter so you can apply the next coat of wax. Once the wax has been applied, you need to look around the shop and get 2 safety rules for each machine. 10th step. The next day, you need to use a piece of 8 centimeter dowel to support this letter. Whatever letter is start of your first name. This step is tricky. You need to lay down the frame and the letter on a bench, mark the holes. Make sure you do a sample hole to get the proper size drill bit. Drill a hole through the bottom of the frame in the center. Next, drill a hole into the letter. Make sure not to go too deep, and then afterwards paint the dowel. 11th, and then also the final step, apply glue to the dowel and push it into the hole you drilled. That hole should be at least 2 centimeters deep. Mark the dowel to length and cut it. Now put the letter into the frame and glue the other end of the dowel. Make sure to line up the letter with the front of the frame.